Good morning, everybody. Orin J here with another War of the Visions video. And this week in War of the Visions, we are essentially getting 2 weeks worth of content crammed in to 1 week's worth of patches, also known as this Wednesday, we are getting a ton of stuff released in War of the Visions. So much so that I'm going to split this preview into 2 videos. This video is going to be all about the Christmas event, some of the +6 upgrades, Master Ability 2s, stuff like that we're getting. Next video that's coming out real soon is going to be the Final Fantasy I collaboration video, where we talk about Warrior of Light and that collaboration, what we're getting there. So look forward to that video as well, but I want to start off with a bit of a cautionary note. There is a ton of stuff coming out this week. If you are somebody who is saving for Final Fantasy VII Rerun, Dragon Quest collaboration, you are global exclusive Shadow Links. I know there's a lot of people out there that have been targeting their Visior at those events. If that's you, I don't think anything coming out new this week is necessarily a must pull with your Visior, even if you're trying to keep up in the meta. Are the things this week good? Absolutely. There is a lot of really good stuff coming out this week, but we know that at least some of it is going to rerun very soon. For Warrior of Light, they even gave us a date in about 3 to 4 months where he's going to be coming back with his dream upgrade, with his level 140. So we're going to get another shot at this stuff pretty soon. If you were thinking about maybe passing this week, hey, wait and see what the banners are. If they throw some insanely good banners at you, that might change the math here a little bit. But if it's just standard banners, I think this is going to be a week where if you're staying strong, you stay strong. But if you want to go for this stuff, it's really good. Let's start talking about it right now, and let's open up with Christmas Raviesse. This is our new unit, and the first thing that should jump off the screen at you is she's cost 70. So the first little calculation I would do here if I was thinking about should I pull her or not is, am I an ice main? Is ice my element that I roll into limited guild wars with? Is it just my thing? If so, I think that adds a little more pullness, wanting to pull. Oh boy, words. It makes you want to pull her a little bit more. But let's point out something here. When she came out in JP, she came with all of this stuff right here. Her dream ability. This is her level 140 upgrade. We will not get that. That's one of the reasons I'm pretty sure she's going to rerun in like 3 to 4 months, so we get that upgrade with her. And I don't have a guarantee about that. Warrior of Light's what we have a guarantee on, but I do know we're not getting her dream upgrade right now. So she's going to lose 20 defense, 15 single target resist, and her job level 25 ability upgrade that JP got. I think that changes the math for us a little bit, because her master ability that's coming out in global is pretty mid, right? Like, she gets the HP and ice attack group buff, which is really nice, and then she gets accuracy 15. So essentially her master ability 1 is accuracy plus 15. Accuracy is a fine stat, but that is a 1 stat master ability, and that is, oof, that doesn't feel great. Now let's flip it a little bit. What are some good things about her that she's coming out with? Her TMR is really nice. It has defense on it, HP and accuracy. It's an accessory. It has a group buff that is Human Killer 25 with physical attacks. I like that. It's a 2-use TMR, so really good for Guild Wars situations and Arena. I think this TMR is very nice. And then once again, cost 70. Whew. Cost 70 units for their elements are oftentimes really, really strong. Now, before we go look at her skills, I want to give you a look at what her stat block will look like in global. Note that I have not maxed her to 140, and I have taken off her dream upgrade stats. So when we get her this week, what you see on the screen is what she's going to look like. 536 attack is nice, 3800 HP is good, 68 agility is fast. Like, really, this is a solid block of stats. She comes with 10 defense, no spirit. She's pretty resistant to physical, except for strike, and is neutral to magic. I think this is a good stat block, and for a cost 70 unit, I think you can do a lot of work with that. Now, her skills. Her new job comes with Great Night Secret. This is amazingly good. It's 36% attack and 50 defense penetration. Like, holy moly, a 36% attack steroid with 50 defense pin. You don't even have to run defense pin on her with gear, items, buffs, anything like that. You can, and just completely forget about the enemy's defense, but she essentially takes care of her defense pin with 1 master ability, and you can make it even better. Holy Protection is an AoE resist buff that she can give herself if you're stacking that to make her more of a bruiser. She can also go Pierce and Missile Resist if you're specifically fighting against like missile comps is more relevant right now, but hey, pierce resist is nice too. She can go more defense and HP to be more of a bruiser than she already is, or knowledge of the night is 15% HP and 40 slash attack resistance penetration. Normally, on a normal slash attack unit, I would say it's an obvious knowledge of the night plus great night secret. Just go all in, get your defense pin, get your slash attack pin straight away. I don't know if that's the case for her because she actually has other attack type moves in her main job. So you might not need the slash attack resist pin, but I would still probably run this because a lot of the really cool things she does are tied to her slash attack. Okay, her counter moves. She's not as good here. She has two of them that are exactly the same. Patience and Sword Guard are both a 20% chance to reduce all damage by 30%. That's solid. You just put that on and run it, no big deal. If you are specifically running her against only physical damage teams, you can switch to Paladin Guard, which is still a 20% chance to proc, but reduces the damage by 45% instead of 30%. Those are all fine. Again, like kind of mid on the counter moves. You could just set patience and forget it and you'll be fine there. Okay, her main job, this is new stuff that we're just now getting in the game. Her cheap move for only 14 AP is a break attack, 121% modifier. You can see she scales with attack, 120% attack, so that's the stat you want on her the most. It will also debuff the enemy's attack by 43%. She has a group buff right here, grants the following effects for allies: Dispel AP Auto Restore for 3 turns. This is okay. It essentially gives all of your allies and herself, right? I believe she is included in that buff. Yes, she is. A chance to turn off bells or any sort of TMR or buff AP regeneration, so that's useful. She then has a Dispel Protect move with 3 uses. It's mid-range, and you'll notice a lot of her damage skills are in that mid-range, so she's going to have to get in there and brawl a little bit. But this move's really good. Beat with Force, Dispels Protect, it's striking damage. So there's that other damage type she has access to, a striking damage 200% modifier move that also has a chance of inflicting stun for 1 turn. I think this is a unit that has a good case to be ran at max faith to go for these status effects. Stun is a really strong status effect, so she basically punches somebody so hard it stuns them and knocks their protect off. I like that a lot. Then she has Encouragement of Seal Resistance. This is another group buff, this one with 3 uses. It'll reduce her physical damage taken by 50%. Love that. Then it also gives Pierce Resist 20 and Reaction Block Rate 50 to your allies. Super good move. This is the better of her 2 group buffs in her main job, in my opinion. I think this is going to be like, this is her turn 1. This is what you want her doing on turn 1 in most situations, in my opinion. She then has Great Slash, which breaks physical barriers. It's a slashing type move, so that's where you'd want that slash resist penetration. She has Vertical Cut. Now, this is the one that's different in Global and JP. In Global, when we first get her, it's going to Dispel Courage. Fantastic, you'll love that. 200% modifier is nice, and it will decrease the AP of the target by 15%. Again, further leaning into her ability to nerf the enemy's AP Restore or AP Pool. She can buff Dispel AP Restore. She can knock AP off an enemy with this move. 200% modifier is nice. Again, single target, mid-ish range. When she gets her level 140, this move gets upgraded to also restore 10 AP to herself. That's not a massive upgrade, but it is nice. We don't get that yet. This will come later for us. We get this version. Okay, her Great Knight sub-job. If you want to run her Great Knight sub-job, she does have access to a really interesting PvE move, which is a 2-hit striking move with 4 uses that decreases ice resist by 30%. This is really a good move, especially again for PvE chaining. Love that one. And then she also gets a silence attack, sort of like what Agrius has right here. It's actually very, very similar to Agrius's silence attack. She has her Knight set, which you're probably not running this unless you want her running out there and like dropping big debuffs on the enemy, but you'll have a really hard time getting the AI to use this one. You're just probably not running Knight sub, in my opinion. You might run Paladin sub though, because she has Immortal Fighting Spirit. So she has access to Courage in her Paladin sub job. I think that's really nice. She also has access to another stun attack and then a track blade if you really want her tanking for some reason. Let's talk about her Limit Break though. Limit Break, really, really good. And again, leaning into her ability to nerf the AP for the enemy team. First of all, it gives her 30 more defense pin. So if she uses her LB, which is her longest range move, it's important, so she'll probably open with this in most scenarios. It will give her 30 more defense pin. That puts her at 80. She's at 80 defense pin with just her support ability and her limit break. Whoa, that's really strong. 200% damage modifier, 67% chance of inflicting frostbite. So if you run this girl at 97 faith, she's gonna frostbite the enemy team with her LB right here. That's really good. Again, she's gonna nerf the enemy's AP restore. I think this chick is really, really good for a cost 70 unit. I don't think she's as good as like our cost 100 units necessarily, but in a cost limited situation, she's going to give you insane bang for your buck. If you're an ice main and you pull for her, I don't think you'll be disappointed with your investment. Okay, let's go next. I want to go next to Make a Wish on a Holy Night, the new vision card we are getting this week in global. There's a lot to digest here, a lot. So first of all, the stat line on this card is very nice. HP attack with defense and dexterity. I love it when they tack on just a little defense or something. Give me that 3 defense, so I don't feel bad about putting this on like a bruiser or a tank or something. The unit effect is attack plus 18%, and that's okay. Then you get this buff right here, right? And we'll come back to the unit list for things here in a minute. But the buff, this is the thing I've heard a lot of people talking about. First of all, it gives the person casting the buff a 35% magic damage shield, or reduced magic damage 35% for 3 times. So it's a 3-hit shield for magic damage for the unit. Then it's a group buff, only 1 cast, which I do think hurts it a little bit, but 40% AP consumption down is really good. It's really good. Now, if this party effect was just rainbow, I would say this is a must pull card. I would say, hey, look, you're doing yourself a disservice if you don't go pull this card, but the party effect is not rainbow. It's limited to certain weapon types. Now, I have the list of these units open. I'm going to show that here in a second, but the buff is really good. Human Killer 30 with physical attacks is very powerful. Dexterity 28% is nice, and then Pierce Resistance 20 is also nice. But 30 Human Killer is the big ticket here. So who's actually benefiting from this 30 Human Killer? These people. There's a lot of strong physical damage units on here. Obviously, Christmas Raviesse, Sephiroth someday, Astrius, Kilfei over here, Moraga, Cloud's a big one, okay? Like, here's your units. Now, if you want to take max advantage of this vision card, I'm trying to think about how to say this. You want to take advantage of this AP consumption down and this Human Killer 30. How can you make this AP consumption down overpowered? 40 AP consumption down is strong. How can you make it OP? Well, you stack it with a unit that can already lower its own AP consumption, in my opinion. For example, Astrius is a great candidate for this card. He gets to take advantage of that Human Killer 30%, so even more damage. And then if your name is Astrius, you have this move right here. Hold on, I have to let me control F it. AP consumption. You have, oh gosh, it was right in front of my face. You have Indomitability Plus, which is a move that he casts every fight anyway. This is one of his best moves. It gives him ignore fatal damage, and it gives him AP consumption down 33%. That puts him at 77% AP consumption down. What? This dude is casting spells, casting his abilities for like nothing, right? He's gonna just walk out here and spam abilities all day while he's under the effects of those 2 buffs. I think that's a really big bang for your buck. Something else I've seen talked about is also Winter Victoria, because she, with her master ability too, has AP consumption down 35% just in her master ability. Add another 40, she's at 75% AP consumption down. The problem, in my opinion, with Winter Victoria and this card is you're essentially only getting the 3-turn buff out of that for her, because she is not on this list of units that gets the Human Killer 30. If she was, I think again, that's the scenario where I see this becoming in that like must pull scenario to build some just OP comps, where you have Winter Victoria essentially out here shooting, spamming abilities for 0 AP with the right build. But not getting that 30 Human Killer does hurt her a little bit. Overall, I think this card will be impactful. I think it's a card you will see get use out of, mostly because of this AP consumption 40, and I guarantee you that there's really cool builds that I just haven't thought of in the like 2 hours of me kind of looking through this, that people will come up with where they take advantage of both this Human Killer and this AP consumption down to just make really OP teams. again, I think we're getting the Christmas rerun someday soon anyway, so maybe you just want to wait and see what those OP things are and then go snag this later, because they tend to rerun these Christmas Vision cards every time that they rerun the Christmas event, which is 1 to 3 times a year. So we'll see. That's my thought on this Vision card though. That's kind of how this whole thing works. Okay, let's go to the next stuff. We do have some items this week. We have a brand new item, the Frozen Glacier. This is a two-handed sword. This is really good, especially for Winter Raviesse. So first of all, it's a 208 damage assault sword with slash attack penetration 20. Hey, that's really nice. That's really nice by itself. If your name is Winter Raviesse, you also get slash attack 15, strike attack 15, and accuracy 15. So again, doubling down on her accuracy master ability by giving her a weapon that also buffs accuracy. I like that. Giving her strike attack and slash attack for both of the damage types that she comes with. This is a really good weapon for her. It's also just a good sword in general, so I like this. Go farm yourself some Frozen Glacier this week. Farming is free. Winter Luartha is also getting her master ability to upgrade. And okay, or let me tell you something. Winter Luartha is one of my... This unit has a special place in my heart. Before Flagbearer Glassy got here, Winter Luartha did Flagbearer Glassy stuff. She's just not 100 cost. She's 90 cost Flagbearer Glassy, if that helps you understand her at all. She's really good again after this master ability to upgrade. So, HP, wind attack, 15. Those stay the same. Defense pin at 15, she still has that. Her AoE resist goes to 15 from 0. So she's picking up 15 AoE resist in her master ability. Don't sleep on that. Stacking AoE resist is one of the best ways to keep your DPS units alive, so I'd love to see that. And speaking of keeping a unit alive, she's dropping aggro by 3 to start fights. Really powerful master ability to upgrade right here for Winter Luartha. Now, when she gets her dream ability, once again, whenever we get Christmas rerun in March or whatever, hopefully, she will pick up another 30 accuracy and an upgrade to her skill Falling Lance. We will worry about that when that comes around. Okay, what else are we getting this week? We are getting some +6 item upgrades. You can see how why I split this into 2 videos, because video 1's already going to be like 20 minutes long. Killer Bow. Killer Bow's getting an upgrade. Killer Bow previously had missile attack 15, and you basically built like the crit version. I felt like a lot of times 25 crit weight was really nice with 132 attack, or you could build the assault version with 166. The assault version gains about 20 more attack, goes from 166 to 183, so not quite 20. The crit version gains 10 more crit, which I think that's probably where you're going here if you're building a +6 one of these, and it picks up 10 critical damage with the +6 upgrade, making the Killer Bow potentially one of the higher DPS bows in the game at +6. Pretty good bow right there. Okay, Pruneth Lamina, one of the best stats in the game. And let me tell you guys something. If you're thinking about farming yourself a little Pruneth Lamina anytime soon, eventually, Skahal, the guy who is so maligned in Global, becomes meta Lightning Mage in JP. Skahal's day, when he gets that Dream Enhancement Master Ability 2 upgrade, this dude becomes a god of lightning magic. He's going to want a Pruneth Lamina. This staff gives lightning attack 20, magic attack 15, and at +6 gives decreased skill activation time 200. With the upgrade, the magic version also goes up to 165, or the accuracy version goes up to 21. I think you're building the magic version. It's not a big jump from 150 to 165, but this lightning attack, light attack is OP. Magic attack's really nice, and then activation time is really important for your mages. This is a super, super good piece of gear. Then Holy Lance. So we're getting Holy Lance +6 already. This is a fairly new item for Global. The assault version goes from 165 to 198, so a nice pickup right there of 33 damage on the assault version. I like that. The crit version gets a little more crit, the accuracy version gets a little more accuracy. The big deal here is you keep the defense pin, you keep the undead killer, and you pick up 10 pierce attack. It's just making this Holy Lance do more damage. That's great. Give me more damage on my damage dealing weapons. I'll take that all the way. And guys, that is going to do it for this first preview video for this week. That's the Christmas stuff. That's the generic +6 upgrades. Next video that's coming out either like right away or tomorrow morning is going to be the Final Fantasy 1 preview video. I'm working on it at the same time. It'll just be a couple hours behind. So look forward to that. If you're pulling, good luck, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.